These are the top 5 reasons I hear why people move to Murrieta. Welcome back to Love to Live in the Temecula Valley. I'm your host, Katherine. When people from out of the area start to research the Temecula Valley as a place to live, Temecula is typically the first city they hear of. It used to be that no one had heard of Murrieta, but that's changed over the past decade. Today, we're talking about the 5 top reasons why Murrieta is a city people have been drawn to. Before we dive in, hit that like button and subscribe so you can get all of the updates we bring every week on the area. Okay, let's get to it. Number 1, location. Much the same as Temecula, Murrieta has the same location benefits, but it's just a smidge farther for the commuting aspect. However, depending on where you live in Murrieta versus Temecula, the commute can be much the same simply because of traffic lights and main road traffic and proximity to the freeway. So one of the factors to consider is the distance to military bases, just like with Temecula. We are located close to March Air Force Base, Camp Pendleton, Coronado, and downtown San Diego, and Miramar. So a lot of military families will live here and then commute to one of those bases. Plus our distance to beaches, mountains, desert. Basically, live here, play here, and drive to play. You can, in an hour to an hour and a half, be at the beach or be up in the mountains or be out in the desert to do any of that active lifestyle. So basically, people will live here and work there. A lot of people commute to San Diego, but also Orange and LA counties. It really just depends on what sort of job you have. San Diego is the most prominent simply because of the distance to the southernmost part of the county. But Orange County is also a place that people commute to, especially if you have a hybrid situation where you're only commuting 1 to 3 days per week, but definitely take advantage of the toll road. And then for LA, we have a lot of firefighters that will live here and then commute simply because of how their schedule works. They're not having to drive back and forth on a constant basis. Number 2, affordability. If you didn't catch my video on the top 5 reasons people move to Temecula, I mentioned that right now, according to Realtor.com, the median sales price for San Diego County sits at around $899,000, and Orange County at about $1.4 million. Temecula is much less at about $640,000, but according to Niche.com, Murrieta is at about $607,000 for a median sales price. Now, of course, these figures change over time and have changed over the past decade a great deal, but generally speaking, the trend is that Murrieta is more affordable than Temecula prevails. Cost of living in other ways is the same, but housing tends to trend less than Temecula while still offering the same benefits that Temecula does, other than just adding a little longer to a commute going south. A lot of folks will live in Murrieta and commute south or north to the larger commerce areas or military bases, and those who work from home have found it an option with no commute to worry about at all. Number 3, schools. Much like Temecula, Murrieta has a reputation for their high-ranking schools. According to greatschools.org, Vista Murrieta and Murrieta Valley High both rank 9 out of 10, and the third high school, Murrieta Mesa, ranks an 8 out of 10. Most of the elementary and middle schools rank 7 or 8 out of 10. And again, just like I shared in my video about Temecula, a lot of clients I've helped move here share their desire to benefit from the support of the local school district that it provides for special needs kids, especially for those kiddos who are on the spectrum. I personally haven't experienced it, but I have been given wonderful feedback from both clients and friends. I definitely encourage you to do more research in this area. And also, there are great private and charter school options as well. The number of charter schools has grown significantly since my husband and I moved here in 2008. There's charter with full on-site presence to hybrid and homeschool options. Basically, there's something to meet every family's need in education. Number 4, topography and the outdoors. As a resident of West Murrieta, one of the views I love is driving down the hill in Copper Canyon in the morning with a view to the east and the hills to my west. The mornings can have this beautiful cloud cover that settles over the hills. It looks almost like white water of a wave rolling over the hills, and sometimes we can even see hot air balloons in the distance towards Temecula. I can't tell you how breathtaking it is. On the west side, you have La Cresta, Tinaja, and leading towards the north end of Duluth, as well as what I personally call the Flats, which is where the hills settle on the west side before the freeway and all in between. We have tract homes and homes with acreage, and the equestrian community is prevalent. It's becoming less common to see, but it's not unheard of for me to drive to Rouse and pass by someone riding up Calle del Oso Oro on a beautiful horse. The central part of Murrieta also boasts the rolling hills, and then as you move toward the east part of the city, it flattens out and you have more of the open spaces with views of the hills in the distance. Hiking in the Santa Rosa Plateau or in Tinaja, and cycling and even mountain biking are enjoyed here for those who love the outdoors. But if you're more of an insider, there's still plenty to entertain. Number 5, safety. Something really neat about Murrieta is that it consistently ranks in the top 20 safest cities in the state of California with SafeWise. Currently, in 2025, it ranks in the 16th position, which is pretty awesome considering the size of our state. And you'll see on niche.com that the crime rate and breakdown of such is far below the national average. It's clean, maintained, you just don't see graffiti everywhere. One of the things I hear from my clients I have who live in Murrieta is how they can walk early in the morning or late in the evening with the dogs, the kids, the stroller, and they feel safe. Is it a perfect city? No, but the overall feedback I get, and even as a Murrieta resident myself, is comfort and a lot more good than bad. Murrieta has so much of the same wonderful offerings that Temecula has, but with a slightly lower price tag, which makes it a great option to consider if you are thinking of moving to the area. There are pros and cons to both, so I'll probably do a Temecula versus Murrieta video for you soon to help you compare. If I do, I'll make sure to come back and drop that link below so you guys can check it out. I hope this video was helpful in understanding more about our area so you can make the right move for you and your family. Comment below with what your biggest concern or curiosity is about the city of Murrieta, and maybe we can make a video about it and dig in just for you. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, and if you're thinking about moving to the area, I would love to be your guide for all things Temecula Valley. We'll see you on the next video.